Hey y'all, mini fish. Just wanted to illustrate something really quick. I find myself coming across these things. I don't know if I'm intentionally searching them or not, but regardless, it's just a commercial. This is for Target, and it's with the Bales twins, whoever they are. I guess he's one of them. But just Bales in itself has some pretty wild meaning behind it. I mean, you can just look into these things. A lot of history behind the name, tons of information here. And my point of just telling you this stuff is we understand, most of us, the inquiring minds, the ones who really are seeking the truth. We understand that this type of stuff is in front of us all the time. We do. We look at a commercial like this, we see, I mean, they intentionally got the sun over his head. Hello, 5 minutes of research tells you what that represents. All these various things, the squiggly line, why would you? It all means something. The DNA, the black and white checkers around the DNA, you got the elemental table over here, all kinds of things. It almost looks as though the dude's already doing some kind of sign there,
Parent?
and he was. He was doing the devil sign thing there, real at the very
This year, I'm
beginning.
going to teach your kids that magic does exist. It's called.
This year, I'm going to teach your kids that magic does exist. I mean, seriously? Let me just start over here again. All this symbolizing stuff, everything, but just listen to what he says.
Parents, this year, I'm going to teach your kids that magic does exist.
Okay? I mean, just that in and of itself. This year, I'm going to teach your kids that magic does exist. I could go into all the meanings and the stuff behind magic. Most of us know that. My point is to illustrate the depth of the kingdom of Satan. It's imperative that you look beyond the surface smoke, Illuminati, numerology. Yes, it exists. It's there. They use it. It's their language. But you're talking about the surface stuff. You got to understand when you put all that collectively together and understand the enormity and the complexity and how literally, like this dude is saying, magic, it all comes together. We can't have all these people communicating so perfectly that all these clues that we find in regards to false flag attacks and the numerology to people's birthdays and certain dates of events and astrological events, and we all understand that, but how does that all come together and just have like a rhythm that just flows, that you can chase these trails forever and everything fits, but it usually comes to naught. That's what happens. It comes to naught. That's because you're not spiritually looking at it. We're looking at the smoke. We're figuring out the puzzle, the little, you know, mazes that are laid out in front of us. They're designed to lead you from left to right and up and down, but never deeper into the where it all really comes from. What's organizing all of this dark hidden council? So far, he's going to teach your this year. He's going to teach your kids magic. All right, let's just do this.
Parents, this year, I'm going to
Hold
teach
on.
your kids that magic does exist. It's called
Magic does
science.
exist.
Let's
It's
look at.
called science. And he's pointing at the science lab, the science club, and all these little things probably have their own little meanings. Whatever's on this little poster, this is how they get you to chase it all.
Pencils, folders, notebooks.
So, he walks in, it's really cool. You can see all the separation, the way the colors are arranged, the checkerboard, Masonic wall just turned diagonally for whatever reason. Silver, the element silver, is right above the door that he comes in. All the alignment of these elements could very well be spelling out a message. There's numbers and letters and arrangements, and this is how they get you to chase that. You're going to chase it. Oh, Li, that's an element in a nuclear bomb. And silver, go. You see what I'm getting at? You could put it into economics, into you name it. It just goes on and on and on. That means something. That means something. That means something. The puff of red, the puff of blue, the puff of orange. All this segregation of these different magics going on. These are the elements. He's showing you their alchemic concoction that they're putting together. You see what I'm saying? This is their language, and this is what they really believe. This is all alchemy. I pushed the button. I'm just doing this on the fly. Yeah, this is all alchemy. This is their belief. Now check out this kid. All right? I mean, that's funny, right? That's all. He puts his hand on the ball. Look at this. He's got the hand with the 666 symbol, as you couldn't get any freaking clearer than that. Okay? With little eyeballs and a mustache. What do you think that means? The little eyeballs. You watch those little eyeballs. What do you think this is? I'm going to bring this down. I mean, this doesn't get any clearer. This is their language, but most people don't dig deeper into it. And this is what they believe. They're conjuring their gods. They're in council with each other and with their gods. Their god is Satan. Period. End of discussion. That is where it all emulates from. That's from the dark side, man. It's that simple. This is the serpent talking through his minions who believe that they're going to get all the power, all the extended life, and it's all flesh and deceit. All of it. Everyone is just being totally hoodwinked, man. Look at this thing here. That is the elemental symbol for these occultists, and that's literally what it is a cult. This is a symbol for the various elements. You see the dot and the circle, you have the crescent moon, you have the cross, and you have the arches. They all represent various elements and or deities and or symbols of the phallic, the black sun. This is their language, and this is what they believe. And that's this right here, right in your face. But people see it, we research it, we get the meaning of it, and we end there. We say, oh, these evil people are doing this. No, it's not the people, it's the spirit in the people. That's what you got to focus on so that you know the depths of it. You know it's real. You know it's a spiritual war. And that's where the battle has to be fought. You have to come to grips with it and choose a side. This thing is loaded. Puts the sneaker up on top. Looking like, okay, it's upside down. Oh, it's just the current. No, it isn't. It's a 5-pointed star. You turn it upside down, which is what it's representing with the lace going off, and it's the Baphomet symbol. I mean, this stuff is just littered everywhere. These ones here, this is, you know what that represents? That is literally the lingam. It's this image over here. Let me drag this over here for you guys. Now you can see the little short pot there, and it's a lingam. They use it. It actually represents Shiva. The lingam is an abstract representation of the deity Shiva, used to worship in temples. Small. This is what they are literally worshiping those gods, who are the minions, the smaller g gods of Satan. This is the dark side. These are the fallen angels. This is Satan's kingdom that you have to understand exists, or you can't fight it. You have to look at the phallic symbols coming up from the earth, the two golden arches. Again, the elemental representation. I showed you in like about the druids a couple videos ago. I could go on and on and on and on and on and on and on with this stuff, you guys. This isn't the point. I mean, look at, they're even showing you the firmament of the earth and mocking the Christians. All these things represent Satan's. Look at the crosses all in the trees. I'm telling you, this is their language. Every bit of this. Again, I mean, if you watch this really slow through frame by frame like I did, and I'm not going to do it because it doesn't really matter. This little dude here winks at you. Those eyes wink. And even the kid at one point, his eyes are closed and his tongue is sticking out of the side of his mouth. And I can show you all this stuff. Isn't this enough? I mean, look at this. The whole thing. And then, of course, you got the black sun symbol like a target on your own forehead. See through the smoke. See his kingdom. Then you understand the weapons you need to take him out. Peace and grace, y'all. Much love. Many, many fish.